This video is sponsored by Alcid eHomes, whose mission it is to accelerate the advent of sustainable, healthy living systems around the world. Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So Tesla did put up their supercharger factory in China in just less than 6 months, which produced about 10,000 chargers per year, and it only cost about $6.5 million to build. Peanuts for Tesla. And Elon has been out saying here in June that a massive increase in supercharger network is on the way. And that is even though Tesla is doing more about making charging stations for its customers than anyone else. Tesla will put up at least 10,000 superchargers this year alone with the information we have now. That does not include whatever it is Elon and Tesla have in mind with this massive increase. Because someone like Electrify America only has a plan for about 3,500 chargers this year. EVgo has a long-term commitment to add an additional 2,700 fast chargers through 2025. So 2,700 stalls in 4 years. So this is just to give 2 examples to show that even though the so-called big boys in the charging industry like EVgo or Electrify America combined can't even put up as many chargers as Tesla does today. And Tesla is just about to take this to the absolute next level, and they kind of have to as well. But let me show you what I think Tesla is up to, and let's dive right in. So in this video we are going to speculate quite a bit, but it's based on all that we know now and that what Elon and Tesla has been telling us and some of the rumors as well. But Tesla is no doubt working on something, but what exactly it is we don't know. But let's take a look at all the breadcrumbs. So they could easily build another supercharger factory in less than 6 months and increase their charger production capacity with another 10,000 units. They have the money to do so, so that's not a problem. But I think they will do much more than just that. Just think about it. If we believe, as I do, that Tesla will produce more than 5 million cars in 2025 or even more, because they will have twice the amount of factories next year, but Berlin and Texas will be bigger factories than the other two. So by 2025 I will bet that those 2 factories alone will be able to produce about 4 million cars by themselves. And Tesla has been saying that in 2022 they will have access to twice as many batteries from suppliers than in 2021. And on top of that, Tesla will really start ramping up their own production of the 4680 cells. So 2 million cars already next year is not impossible. More likely, because they will have the batteries to do so, the factories to do so. It is only a question of how fast can Berlin and Texas ramp up the production of the Model Y. So Tesla will ramp up like crazy, not just this year, but will continue to ramp up even faster in the coming years. And right now, Tesla has just over 25,000 charging stalls for its fleet that has just crossed 1.8 million cars. But in 2022, Tesla will put as many cars on the street that all of Tesla's fleet combined today. 2 million cars. So they at least need to double the amount of chargers in 2022, from about their 30,000 chargers at the end of this year to 60,000 chargers at the end of 2022, just to keep up with the charging demand for their own cars. So Tesla will need more than just one supercharger factory in China to add 30,000 chargers to their network in 2022. They will need 2 more factories at that size. And I think Tesla will do this. Build supercharger factories on every continent, just like their car and battery factories, because Tesla is forced to ramp up their charging network as fast as their car business, because no one else is really ramping up fast enough, as we have talked about with the examples of EVgo and Electrify America, and no one of the old OEMs are helping with this. And Electrify America is only alive because of Volkswagen's Dieselgate. So what will happen when that pile of money goes away? Because I think the old OEMs are happy with the speed the chargers is being put up with right now, because they are not scaling up as fast as Tesla, not even close. And as long as the charging infrastructure is not good enough, they will still sell a lot of ICE cars, which is where the old OEMs are earning their money. As Volkswagen has just confirmed, they do not earn money on selling EVs. So even though they are all out talking about how much money they are prepared to spend on the EV revolution, like 25 or 35 or $50 billion, but they will not spend money on helping the world with building out the charging infrastructure for this EV revolution. They are more than happy with waiting on the energy companies to build it out nice and slowly. But Tesla can't wait on this. So Tesla already has the best charging network in the world today, built with their own money, something no other OEM has done. People tend to forget that and just how big a deal this is. But anyway, Tesla will now make a massive increase in their network because Tesla needs it. And I think they also see a big business opportunity for it as well. First, they need the charging network for their fast-growing fleet of EVs. Secondly, Tesla has been asked by, for example, the German minister to open up the network to other EVs, and Tesla has been saying they would love to share the network with anyone who would like to share the cost of building the network. But still, no one has taken up Tesla on this offer. So Tesla's network is still a huge advantage for Tesla, because you will have a much better charging network with a Tesla than any other EV. Like me here in Europe, we can use all the Tesla superchargers and all the other chargers because every charger has the same plug here in Europe. But Tesla charging stations are just much better than the other charging station. Even though it sounds big and great like Electrify America or E.ON here in Denmark with all the many charging stations they have. But this is an E.ON charging station. Yep, you are looking at the whole station. One stall. This is a joke. And that is how many of the E.ON's so-called charging stations look like. And most of them are only 50 kilowatt chargers. So even though I can charge at these E.ON stations for free, because of the subscription I have with E.ON, so I can charge at home at a fixed price, I always go to Tesla charging stations because they're so much faster and easier, and I only use E.ONs if I really have to. They have started making bigger and faster charging stations, like 4 stalls with 175 kilowatt chargers, but then they're not free anymore for me with a subscription and are much more expensive than Tesla's, so it still makes no sense for me to use them unless I really have to. So even though I have access to over 200,000 EV charging stalls here in Europe, I always go for the Tesla chargers because they have more stalls, faster charging speed, and are much more convenient. Just plug it in and that's it. And many of these 200,000 stalls are also destination chargers and 11 kilowatt chargers or 22 kilowatt chargers and so on. Not many chargers over 50 kilowatt. So Tesla's network is just so much better. So for Tesla to open these chargers up to the competition like Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes and so on, it is not as easy as it sounds, because if they did, Tesla owners would suddenly have to share all these chargers with everyone else. And as I just said, Tesla has more stalls and they are faster, so other EVs would also prefer these chargers for sure. So the chance of them being taken will become much higher for the Tesla users. And Tesla will of course lose their edge with the charging network if everyone else can just use it. And another thing that will help with stalls being taken is of course charging speed. Just like the new version 3 supercharger, as Tesla said, will ultimately cut the amount of time customers spend charging by an average of 50%, as modeled on their fleet data. And as Elon has just said, they will start preparing these version 3 superchargers to deliver 280, 300 and eventually 350 kilowatt charging. That will cut the waiting time even further. So I think this is also another step Tesla is preparing to opening up their network. Because I think Tesla will do this at some point. Not right now, but this is one of the reasons they will make a massive increase. To serve their own growing fleet, but also prepare for opening up to the world. Because the other OEMs aren't doing anything about it, so Tesla once again has to step up all by itself. But if they time it correctly and scale up like crazy, and we have probably seen them prepare for this with the prefabricated concrete slabs, that will make the installation of the chargers pretty much a plug and play system. Yes, Tesla is even innovating on the way we put up chargers. The other ones, not so much, and also has a pattern for checking the wires on the chargers to make sure they are all working perfectly before they are put up. One of the reasons Tesla's chargers is always much more reliable than all the rest, even though they are produced much faster. So like I said, one supercharger factory that can build 10,000 superchargers per year can be built in less than 6 months and only cost $6.5 million to build. This would be quite easy to scale up for Tesla. And when it comes to Tesla's car factories, they need some of the best engineers in the world, but starting up a supercharger factory, my guess is that they will need more or less just factory workers that will be taught how to do this, and away we go. So it will be much easier for Tesla to ramp these factories up than the car factories. They are much faster to build and don't need the brightest minds in the world to get it going, and they cost a fraction of the price than a gigafactory. They can build 300 supercharger factory for the price of 1 gigafactory. So what is stopping Tesla from starting building like 5 or why not 10 of these factories around the world now? I think this is exactly what they will do in India. As we know, the Minister of Transportation in India has said that Tesla is coming to India soon. So maybe they will build a supercharger factory in India that within 5 to 6 months will be spitting out supercharger on concrete slabs, putting them up all over the country. So yes, India has a lack of charging infrastructure like many said, but Tesla would in theory be able to give India a supercharger network of 10,000 supercharging stalls around the country in only about 1.5 years from now if they started today. That is how fast Tesla can move. And why not build 2 or 3 factories in India to get it going quicker and then start exporting them to the rest of Asia? Because 6.5 million, that is peanuts for Tesla. And they could do the same thing in Africa and at the same time help both India and Africa with big battery solar farms that can help out with the grid and build many of these charging stations with solar and battery as well. Tesla could easily just ramp this up like there's no tomorrow. Money would not be an issue anyway, because 6.5 million, that is just nothing. And especially not if they start opening up the network in a couple of years to other EV owners and then start earning money on selling energy to other EVs, adding a little extra cost to everyone else but Tesla owners. So Tesla owners will still have a great advantage with Tesla's rapidly growing charging network, because everyone else can use it but maybe pay 50 cents more per kilowatt hour. And as we know, the whole car market is going electric, so in only a few years we will have millions and millions of EVs on the road. And if Tesla at that point have built out their charging network to be, just as I think it already is in both the US and Europe, the best way to charge your EV, and then Tesla will earn about $25 per charging sessions for many of these millions of EVs from other brands that will charge at their charging station. But as we know, Tesla will also make a restaurant chain as well, that they will probably start building on many of the big charging hubs all over the world, serving food and drink for waiting customers that will pay $25 to Tesla for charging and buy food and drink from Tesla as well. This could be a very big business for Tesla. Tesla is getting all the pieces into place to put themselves in front in the charging game like never before. They saw no one of the old OEMs wanted to help out. Remember, Tesla Tesla has been doing this for almost a decade, and no one else is ramping up charging network as fast as is needed. If the EV revolution is going to happen as fast as I think, and maybe Tesla think, and certainly as fast as Tony Seba from Rethink think, but now Tesla has the capital to make this big, bold move. Okay? Nobody wants to help? Well, we are going to do this ourselves, but not as slow as we have done before. Now we're going to take this to the next level with 350 kilowatt chargers, 50,000, if not even more, charges up per year from 2022 and forward. We will open it up to other EVs so we can earn money on it, making restaurant chains for all the big charging stations so everyone will have the best experience at a Tesla charging station. And as we know, Tesla is starting to get approval to become energy providers in many countries, and Tesla has all the technology to put up solar farms and big batteries, all being controlled by the Autobidder software. So if Tesla at the same time is building up the world's largest charging network, but also starting to produce power themselves, this could become a very big business for Tesla and set them apart from everyone else. Tesla will look so good if they do this. Everyone else had the chance to help out with this for at least a decade, but no one did. And then Tesla will build out a charging network to most of the world. Man, this will make Tesla look like a hero, and the old OEMs look like evil, money-greeding, polluting bad guys. And as Elon said, their energy business will become as big as their automotive business. So I think Tesla is setting themselves up to ramp up charging network like we have never seen before. Build factories for just $6.5 million that will produce 10,000 stalls per year, making every single one of them going forward able to charge with 350 kilowatt charging, putting them on concrete slabs so they can be put on trucks, delivered to site, and just plug and play, just like we have just seen them do at Giga Texas. Came with 3 concrete slabs, and boom, they have 12 superchargers at site. And this is making sure no one can really keep up with the ramp up of chargers, and Tesla will have the best charging station with the most and fastest chargers, with restaurants and more, and most of them will be powered by renewable energy that probably Tesla themselves provides. Man, this could be huge, and maybe I'm just reading a little too much into it. But since Tesla is not really money constrained anymore, and it's not really expensive for Tesla to do this, and they have to expand the charging network fast anyway, and they would sit on the biggest and best charging network in the world that all EVs in the future will be able to use. I think this would be a no-brainer for Tesla. But let me know what you think. Do you think Tesla is working on something big here, or am I just reading way too much into this? Let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.